So it's January the 2nd and everyone's back online, motivated, ready to transform their lives. And your ideal clients are actually looking for a coach. But you're sat there thinking, what do I even post today? I get it, I've been there and my clients have been there too before they started working with me. If that's you every single January, in this video I'm going to change that. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to plan your January content calendar step by step so you go into the new year with a plan, not an absolute panic. And by the end of this video you'll walk away knowing what to post, when to post and why that works. So no more winging it, no more last minute panic posting, just a system that actually makes sense to you. And that is the main thing. If it works for you, that's all good. So let's get into it. So if you're new here, I'm Colette. I own Picture Perfect Photography. I've been a content creator for 25 years and 15 of those as a business owner and inside the fitness industry. I'm also a world champion natural women's bodybuilder. So I'm not just teaching this stuff, I'm living it in real life. I run a content coaching and content creation business, helping fitness professionals get visible online. And the other thing I see over and over again is coaches winging it in the content, posting randomly, or not all, no structure, no strategy, no thought behind it, just throwing stuff out there and hoping something sticks. And here's the thing about that, that might actually get some likes and make you feel good inside, but it won't get you clients, because the quality of content equals quality of audience. And if your content is scattered, you attract scattered people. Simple. If your content is intentional, you attract people who are ready to buy, who are organised and who are nice to work with. So let's build you a content calendar that actually works. So I'm going to break this down in 7 steps, screenshot as we go, because this is a complete guide just for you. Step 1, so audit what worked. Before you plan anything new, look at what already worked before. This is the key. So go into your insights, look at the posts from the last 3 to 6 months. What got the most engagement? What got the most saves? What got you DMs? And maybe start noting that down for future as well. What actually brought some inquiries in? Because that's the thing here. Engagement doesn't always equal inquiries. It feels nice, but it doesn't actually bring in the money into the business. A post might get loads of likes, but 0 clients. Another might get barely any engagement, but land you 3 discovery calls. So you're looking for 2 things. Number 1, what resonated with your audience? And number 2, what actually converted? It's as simple as that. So write down your top 5 to 10 performing posts, look for patterns in that. Was it shared to your story? Was it a specific topic? Was it a reel versus a carousel? Was it you on camera versus a graphic? Or what style or location were you in? So this tells you what your audience actually wants, not what you think they want and what you actually like. There's a big difference there. I've made that mistake. And then you want to look at what didn't do so well. Not to beat yourself up, but to learn. What didn't exactly land right with your audience? What got 0 traction? Stop doing more of that. Delete the noise, double down on what works, and that is your foundation. So step number 2. Defining your content pillars. This is probably the most single important thing that you could do for January. So if you've never heard of content pillars before, think of them like little content categories. So you've got little buckets that they fall into. And this stops you posting randomly and gives you a framework or a structure to follow for your content. So for fitness coaches, I recommend 5 different pillars. The first one is education. This is you teaching something useful, tips, advice, how-tos, your expertise. This shows people you know your stuff and they can trust in what you're saying. But here's the thing, don't just post tips for the sake of it. Tips attract free information seekers and not paying clients. They'll save the post, they'll never buy, or they'll forget about it. So education needs to be balanced with other pillars as well. So you get number 2, connection. This is your story, your journey, your struggles, the relatable stuff or content that really makes people get to know you and your journey. So why did you become a coach? What did you used to believe that you know now is wrong? And what did you learn from that? What struggles have you overcome? All these questions are great conversation starters and great pieces of content. This is what makes people feel like they actually know you and you're not just a robot, you're not some other coach, and people buy from people that know, like and trust. This is also something that AI can't replicate. And content pillar number 3, social proof. So that's things like client wins, testimonials, results, screenshots, before and afters. They're really simple, basic stuff, but this is your evidence. This is what makes people think, okay, their method actually works and I can trust in what they're going to deliver. If you haven't got many clients yet, don't worry. Use your own transformation, use your own results, use your own journey, or bring up hypothetical situations of what you would do with someone if they were overweight, etc. So number 4, BTS or behind the scenes. This is the real life stuff, the raw, the authentic. Real life stuff, raw, authentic content, things like day in the life, training, meal prep, working on your laptop, doing client check-ins, the juggle of running a business and what the reality actually is. This stuff actually makes you human, not just a coach behind a screen or behind tips. So number 5 is call to action. This is the one that most coaches skip, I find, when working with them, and you actually need to tell people what you actually offer, believe it or not, and how to work with you. Not in a pushy way, but very clearly what's inside your offer, what's inside your coaching, how does it look to work with clients, what's in your app. Here's how to book a call. If you don't walk people through it, you never ask, they'll never buy. So those are your 5 content pillars. Education, connection, social proof, behind the scenes and call to action. Every post should fit into one of these buckets, and across your week you want to mix up all 5 to keep it interesting and to get a nice balance. Okay, so step number 3 then, we're going to decide your posting schedule. So this is where most coaches really overcomplicate it and get overwhelmed, but if you break it down, I promise you it's pretty simple and easy. So most people think they need to post every single day, multiple times a day, stories, reels, carousels, lives, and they just end up burning out by January the 15th. So here's the thing. If you're consistent, that beats frequency. 3 quality posts per week, every single week, is better than 7 posts one week and nothing the next. So you need to be realistic with yourself and be honest with yourself. How many posts can you actually commit to? What I would do is start small and build from there, just like you do with fitness. So for most coaches, I recommend 3 to 4 posts per week on the grid, plus stories every single day if you can. And this could be things like behind the scenes, client wins, or just walking and talking. Now, assign each of those pillars that we've just talked about to a single day. So for example, Monday could be an education, reel or talking head, and Wednesday it could be a static post or a carousel. Thursday, connection, so collab posts on a personal or business account, and Sunday behind the scenes, call to action, and just rotate those 2. So rotate 1 week between call to action and behind the scenes the other week. And this actually gives you some nice structure, what type of content goes out on what day. So when you sit down to plan, you're not starting from scratch. You're just actually just filling in blanks, and I like to do this on a spreadsheet or a table in Word doc. Write this out somewhere you can actually see, so stick it on your wall, put it in your notes, put it in a Google Doc, a Google Sheet, whatever works for you. I've actually done Google Doc and a Google Sheets, and I think a mix of the 2 is actually ideal. So step 4, brainstorm your ideas for January content. Now you've got your pillars, you've got your schedule, it's time to just fill in the gaps and fill in the boxes that are blank. So think about what's happening in January, what are your ideal clients thinking about, what are they struggling with, what are they searching for, have you got any launches or offers, are you running any free webinars, things like that. So January is the motivation month, new year, new me, everyone wants to get fit, lose weight, feel better, but they're also feeling quite overwhelmed. They've tried it before, they've failed before, they don't know where to start, a little bit like content creation. So your content needs to meet them where they're actually at that point. So here are some ideas that you could use for each pillar in January. So education, how to set realistic fitness goals for 2026, the one mistake that most people make in January. Or you could say, how to stay consistent when motivation fades, what to eat in a calorie deficit. Or you could look at a connection piece, so a piece of content that maybe explains why I became a fitness coach, or what I wish I knew when I started my fitness journey, the moment that everything changed for me. I used to believe this. Here's what I know now. That's a great one. As a fitness coach. And looking at social proof, you could just go with client transformation spotlights, a screenshot of a client win or a message or a collection of those in a carousel, a before and after post, yours or your clients. what my clients say about working with me. So in January, don't forget us also to add behind the scenes. So start filming this now, ready for January, so you've got it prepped. Here are things like the day in the life of a fitness coach or professional, what I eat in a day, my January meal prep or how to meal prep efficiently, training sessions behind the scenes, working on my business between clients, and then of course, do not forget the call to action. What's inside my coaching program is a great one. Show screenshots of your app, show maybe mock up or show some live feedbacks and check-in calls. Advertise that you've got January spaces available, and I will softly start doing that between Christmas and New Year. Another one that's really good is who I help and how. Call to action for a discovery call, especially on stories, and here's what happens on a discovery call. So aim to brainstorm at least 15 to 20 ideas. Use Claude or ChatGPT as well to help you with that. You won't use every single idea, but you will have options, and then you can put them into each idea or content bank and then into your calendar. So here's just a single tip from me. Keep an ideas bank in any place you want. Every time you think of something, think, oh, I'll write that down, whether it be a notes app, Google Docs, Google Sheets, whatever. And then when you sit down to plan, you've already got a list to pull from. So step 5 is map it out. And this is the single most important step. So map out your ideas. It's time to put them into your calendar. So you can use whatever works for you. Spreadsheet, a planner, Notion, Trello, just a pen and paper is absolutely fine. I use a Google Sheet with my clients and also a bit of a Google Doc for the scripts, and content pillars aligned with each day. And then we just fill in the single topics. So let's say January has 4 weeks and you're posting 4 times a week. That's 16 posts. So in week 1, you may want to look at something like Monday is education, how to set realistic fitness goals. Wednesday would be social proof, so that's your bucket, and that'd be client win from December. Thursday, the bucket is connection, so it'd be why I became a fitness coach in that box in the first week. Sunday is call to action, so it's January coaching places available in that box. Week 2, for example, Monday is education again, because that's the bucket, the one mistake people make in January. And Wednesday, behind the scenes, so we put a day in the life in there. Thursday could be connection, what I wish I knew when I started. And Sunday, switching up the call to action to social proof and my own transformation story and so on. So hopefully you get a good idea there. You don't have to plan the whole year, just plan maybe 2 to 4 weeks ahead and then review what worked and repeat. The goal is never to wake up thinking, what do I post today? You already know, it's in the calendar, and next step, you're going to find out how we do this in batch. Okay, so bringing this together then. So step 6. Make sure you always, if you can, batch your content together. This will save you a ton of time. And this is where most coaches fall down and get stressed in my experience. So they plan the content, but then they don't actually create it in advance. And then January hits, or any month for that matter of fact, and they're busy with clients and the content just doesn't happen. Take your content plan, create a shot list by location. So I do mine in 2 to 3 locations, and then I create the shot list from there, what I want to create in each location. Go through each post and write down what you need to film. For example, is it a talking head reel? Is that going to be in the gym or the home office? And then you need some B-roll, so you need some training footage, meal prep, laptop work. And if it's another talking head, you could say, okay, so it's why I became a fitness coach. So that would be in a home setting. And for that, you would need B-roll, so day in the life clips, then group by location. What can you film at home? What needs to be filmed in the gym? What can you film in your car, the office, wherever you're filming? Then batch film in 1 to 3 sessions in different locations. I spend maybe 2 hours every couple of weeks filming talking head reels and B-roll. The B-roll, honestly, I just get as I go. And that gives me enough content for a whole month and beyond that, especially with the B-roll. So if this helps, here's my batch filming checklist. So always check the content plan for the week ahead, ideally on a Saturday or Sunday, so you're well in advance and you're not panicking. Write down your shot list and group by location. Prep your outfits and outfit changes. Gather props if needed. Charge your phone, clean your lens, charge your camera, check the lighting before you start, do a test shot. Film everything in one session and tick off as you go. So this is where you need to be organised and have a list. So that's one filming session, multiple pieces of content, absolutely done. And don't forget your bank. Film everything, your coffee, your training, your walk, your food, your laptop, your car journey, shopping, anything that you want, your gym session. This stuff is absolute gold for Reels, and I promise you'll repurpose it over and over again. It's exactly what I do. So batch filming is the difference between coaches who show up consistently and coaches who actually burn out after 4 weeks. So the 7th step is build a system you can maintain. This is one of the most important ones alongside everything else that I've gave you. But once we systemize all this and break this down, I promise you'll be winning. Okay, so there's no point in planning the best content calendar in the world if you can't actually keep it going and it's not sustainable. So be honest with yourself. What's realistic for your life and what fits in with your lifestyle and other commitments? If you've got a full client load, a family, barely any free time, don't plan for daily posts. It's just not going to happen. Plan for 3 a week and then actually do it and see it through. Consistency will always beat the intensity every single time. And remember, 70% is good enough to post. You don't have to over perfect things. That's one thing I see a lot of coaches do, is thinking it's not good enough. Your content doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be polished. It just has to be posted of value to your audience. Done is always better than perfect every time because it means you're actually visible. And the coaches who win aren't the ones with the fanciest videos, the most followers. They're the ones who actually show up week after week, month after month. And so build a system that works for your life. That's the one piece of advice I would say. Plan monthly or every 2 weeks, whichever works for you. Batch film every couple of weeks, review it weekly. And if it's not working, just adjust it, that's okay. It's not set in stone. Your content plan is a guide. It shouldn't be a prison. And the goal is to progress, not perfect. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Let's have a quick recap on this. The 7 steps to plan your January content calendar. Step 1, audit what worked. Look at your insights. Double down on what actually converts. Step 2, define your content pillars. Education, social proof, connection, behind the scenes, call to action. These are your content buckets. Step 3, decide your posting schedule. Be realistic with yourself. Consistency beats frequency. Step 4, brainstorm your ideas, at least 15 to 20 just to get you going. Keep an ideas bank just to keep it easy and simple. Step 5, map everything out. Put it in a calendar or on a Google sheet, know what's going out and when. This will actually keep you sane and less overwhelmed, I promise. Step 6, batch film your content. Honestly, this is a game changer. Shot list, group by location and film in 1 to 3 sessions. Step 7, build a system you can actually maintain. 70% is good enough, done is better than perfect, and that is it. That's the complete guide. Now, here's the thing. I know this can feel quite overwhelming when you hear all this, especially if you've never planned your content properly before. But December is your runway to January, and the coaches who plan now are the ones who execute later. The ones who wait, they actually don't post, or they post last minute or with no strategy every single time. If you don't want to be the coach panicking on January the 2nd, if you want help with this, if you want someone to actually build this out with you, that's exactly what I do in my one-to-one content boost coaching program. We map out your pillars, build your content plan, sort your batch filming system and get you confident on showing up on camera. I've got 5 places available for January right now, and it's 50% off your first month if you sign up in December. If you want in on that, the link's in the description. Book a strategy call and let's have a chat. Otherwise, drop a comment below and tell me what your biggest struggle with content planning is. I read every single comment, and if this was helpful, hit subscribe. I really would appreciate it. I post videos like this every single week to help fitness coaches get visible online. Thank you for watching. Now, go plan your January content and I'll see you in the next one.